Let's see how many people come in and get really confused. All right, let's do this. The spelling is probably bad. I'm so happy the Cybertruck is not legal in Europe, I meant. Sing, you being nihilistic about something that's cool? Nah, that never happens. Come on now. Don't be silly. Хорошо. Да. Yep. All right. Are we ready? There we go. Cloud error. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's just restart Steam. So, Nyakigrad. The heating, something went wrong with the heating. I don't know what went wrong with the heating. Something did go wrong. It was not ideal. We suffered catastrophic exodus. And now, I thought it was just, I ignored it for one winter, and I thought it was just, you know, maybe something got stuck in traffic, or maybe the labor pool wasn't right. So I repopulated the city, and then the next winter came, and it happened again. I don't know what happened. Every time I would click on the heating plant, it was fine. Heating plant was working. The game would pop up saying there's a heating problem. I'd go click on the heating plant, and it'd be good. And then we'd check the temperatures, and they'd be okay. And then it would say there's a heating problem again. And I would check the heating plant again. And the heating plant would be fine. But the temperatures would all be frozen in all the cities. So I don't know what happened. I really don't. I don't understand that one. My guess is, the only thing I can really think of is that the heating plant wasn't adequate enough for a city that big. It was the small heating plant, so who knows? We also could have broken the game. I'm not saying that couldn't have happened. Saw this guy last night. He reminded me of Summer Carr. This is definitely Florida goalie. Yep. Or the pumps were too small. Don't know. So I was already cred maxed. I was already credit maxed, so oh well. One way of checking if the heating plant is adequate is to pay attention to the temps of the water tank. Yeah, Topville, you were saying something about that. I'm gonna have to check it, dude. But yeah, I won't make that mistake again. I'm just really annoyed with myself, dudes. I had that problem figured out for Spaghettsoft, but I, for some reason, thought it would be adequate to do that with my next city, and I paid for it, which really sucks, but... I want to do Soviet Revolution. We'll play the same map, dudes, but we'll start from a different area this time, I think. I have Pacific Drive, Sig. Speaking of janky cars. Why you gotta always take down the things that I like a peg or two? I don't do that to you, you jerk. Why you always gotta do, speaking of janky car, that car is cool, alright? Will you rush build the car dealership and make it car-centric sooner? I don't know, Caffey. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, wait. Voronovitsia. We could do that with the DLC. I haven't played that map. Here, let's go take a look. Okay. Let's take a look at this map. Look at this map. Pause it. It's flat. It's all flat. That's it? It gets a little hilly out here. This doesn't have the charm of the campaign maps. That's a cool map. I don't mind it, but I like the other one. Custom game. I like Soviet Revolution. That's a cool map. Realistic. Starting year 1960. Good. Looks like a weird version of the steppe. Yep. I like this map. This map's nuts. Oh, there's Old Stugorsk, Kubarki. That's the map that we were trying. That's the part of the map we were trying to fix. And that's where my train depot was, and that's where St. Pastaberg was. That's what it looks like with completely bare. Yeah, same settings, dude. We won't start over here this time. Let's start somewhere else. This might not be the worst place to start, near Avoda, because we have NATO and Warsaw Pact right next to each other. But there's no trains right there. Might want to fix that. There is another cool spot to start in that's over here. It's a NATO and a Warsaw Pact train and regular on both sides. So there's trains on either one. So we have, but there's small border crossings, which is I think we should start here. It's the same difficulty, guys. Yeah, same difficulty. Absolutely. It's me. I'm not changing the difficulty. Screw that. There's Relokatinsk. Once again, this is car-centric. That's what I'm trying to do. We're trying to do car-centrism here. It's hard. But now I know a little bit about how the cars work. It should be a little bit easier. Crude exports? I don't know. But see, yeah, having NATO and Warsaw Pact right next to each other, along with the train tracks, super useful. What about setting up on the bay and going with ships? We're a little far away from the borders to do that, dude. Can you put a port in this cove? That bridge might be high enough for ships. We'll see. We could try. I mean, starting right here is not the worst idea. That's not that far. We could build out a highway here. That's not that big of a deal. Now, where that highway would start and where it would go, I'm not 100% on that one. I'd probably run the highway. So this is where the two entrances from the borders converge on that roundabout. Yeah, we should, I mean, I think opening up maritime would be good. Do we have oil nearby? Oil's very expensive to start. Maybe rush clothing and optimize it. Let's prospect. Let's see what resources are in the area, dudes. Yeah, we have... You're right, King. We have to have a reason. There's no oil around here. Nothing. I think there's a deposit right here, if I'm remembering right. Nope. Maybe here? Ooh, that's a light deposit. Well, gravel drummer is anywhere where this is going on. I mean, we could do a port. It's possible. Wait a minute. I need to check something. Big Dog! Big Dog's back! Yeah, Big Dog! This is, that's its tail number. Big Dog. Its tail number is Chernoblyat Republic 101. His first helicopter. Can we import and export from the port? Like, can I bring in resources like I would a border, fellas? Yes, you can. Big Dog has its own island. Yep.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Wait a minute. Mass import steel at the start. That's not a bad idea, dude. The only thing you wouldn't be able to do is bring your own motor pool. Well, we'd have to import the cars. You have to get ships and you can send them over the border. Where's that double connection? Right here. Hey, alleviate 50 months and it's IFT3 tomorrow. That's right. That's right. Why that would justify the port could be bauxite, as it would make a crap ton, but you need a university first. Yeah. Teching farms for the first try, King, seems to be the right move. Farms and food. That's really what we want. My big problem with the farm last time is that I didn't have train to I didn't have a train up to export crops. That's the big one. I think the mistake that I make is that I go too fast. We can't go that fast. Like, I need to meter it a little bit more. I would love to get that refinery up by 1970 again. I got it in 71, but I could have optimized the farm to be a lot better. The farm constantly had 10,000 tons of crops. 10,000 tons. Could have used that better for clothes and everything else. We have to optimize. Massive farms and a ship to export crops. What's the other thing that we need to do is we need to check prices. The prices are clearly different every save. They do change. Oil's trading at $41 a ton. Okay. Hey, there's cars here. Wait, why is a Fiat 126 there in 1960? That car doesn't exist yet. Whatever, we can use them. And there's a road depot. Look, there's already a road depot here. Yeah, we gotta take our time more with this. That's really the key here. I also want to start messing with building walls and making stuff look nice. I have a theory. Like I said, I need to play slower. Playing slower might actually help meter my expectations. Like, I think we did it right when we built the farm, and then I kind of stopped budgeting for project and just said build this, build this, build this, build this, build this. You don't want to do that. You can't do that way. It's a stolen prototype. Okay. I don't know if a ship will be able to get under that bridge, dude. You have to plan. Yeah. Don't forget about Party HQ. That's right. Play slow, who cares about the date? Well, that's what I did the first time, and we were successful up until 91. You have to play, like, slow and methodically, I guess. That's the right way to say it. Now, see, here, we're already set up with paved roads to both borders and a train connection to both borders. That's super useful. We can use that for grain export. We just got to find a good place to make our farms. We need a spot that can take up to 10 of these things. And it needs to be relatively near the railroad tracks. Is there a button you can press to stop people stop going to the build site like what happened last time? Yes, Sea Kraken. Yeah, that was the first big mistake. Stugorsk, I screwed up. If I didn't hit that button, if I didn't forget to hit that button in Stugorsk, we probably would have been okay, because I would have had the other city. Yeah, but yeah, I messed up. I messed up bad. Like, bad. This is the flattest spot for a farm, dudes. But that's also the spot where the port could go. What happened? Why restart? Death, something went wrong with the heat plan and I had max Exodus with 5 million debt. There's no way I could... I probably could have gotten us out of that nosedive, but... Yeah, I screwed up. I screwed up bad. It sucks. I put probably about 100 hours into the Nokigrad save, which really sucks, but what are you gonna do? Well, ports are cool. Ships are expensive and slow. They're great mid-game, but ports are a really long-term goal. Okay. I lasted as long as I could, but seeing you start a new city has got me downloading the game for the first time now. I will bill you for my hours missing sleep for the coming weeks. Yep. Alright. Like I said, let's plan. Plan this out. I'm going to build out my entire farming complex here. We'll build the whole thing. I like this area. Another good candidate could be over here. But we're going to need to level that off. Level that hill. And once again, you have to take your time and you have to be deliberate here. So we're going to need truck input and train input here. That's super important. Alright, so let's go in here. Get rid of those trees alongside the tracks. We have a connection to NATO and Warsaw Pact right off the bat. That's definitely what we want. Get rid of this. Get rid of all this. Keep that cool farmland because that looks like vineyards, which is actually super cool. All right. Obviously, we're gonna set up. I don't know. I'm thinking set the farm right here before the Y. Because now we deal with uneven terrain and stuff. I'd have to buy some bulldozers, unless there's some bulldozers sitting around on the map already, which I'm not 100% sure if there are. There are some depots around that do have stuff, like there's Big Dog, which we have. We have Big Dog. You can check the vehicle list on the left side. We have snowplows and some sewage and water trucks. We have one helicopter, no airplanes, no ships, no trains. Fire station, railroad electric connection. The REC is right there. Fire station's right there. What else? And we have a technical service place where all those things are at. Okay. Oh. Yeah, there's the cars, right? Churches. Foreign power connections, fence gates, big field. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Darapol. That's over here. There's fields that are already in the game. But I don't think this is close to where I want to be. We're over here. Do we have tracks? I don't think that... Yeah, well, the train tracks are right there. The only problem I can see with this is crops. We have fields already laid down. There's a pretty good farmland right here. We'd need fuel out here, and then we'd need to move the crops somewhere else, closer, where people can work. I don't want to activate Tilovi yet, but we do have these here. How many fields are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 fields. But then again, it doesn't cost anything to place down fields. You know what I mean? Yeah, the fields and the crops are easy. We just, like I said, it has to be near. It has to be near a populated area. What is the distance here between this border city here? What's it called? Lergalia? That's drivable. Via cars, that's very drivable. Absolutely. 2 kilometers is kind of my limit for car centricism. Guys, that's what I've noticed. I believe the maximum is 2,400 or 2,500 meters, I think, which is like 1.5 miles. They won't drive any further, interestingly enough. So, Zagninsk. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright. So, we need bulldozers. Let's place down a construction office. Or, actually, we don't need that. It's just a road depot. I'm gonna have to start moving some terrain around. There's also a parking lot by the border for whatever reason. I'm gonna weigh every decision here that we do. We'll unpause for a moment. Actually, no, we don't need to. What do we have here for American equipment? We have the Mercedes, the Volkswagen. We got a Renault fuel truck and a Renault covered. And then we have Matadors there. That's a West German combine harvester. Is that all we have? Yep, that's all we can buy from the west right now. What do we have for bulldozers? We have Stalinek and KT-50s. KT-50s are the cheaper option. Let's buy 4 of them. They're also going to need fuel. Okay, so let's go through here. Restore the terrain around this roundabout, and we'll delete the trees. Clear the brush. It's all overgrown. There we go. Okay. We have to be careful. We don't want to construct any buildings here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make sure the active construction is checked off by default. We don't want to make that mistake. Yeah, we can set the 0 max workers, absolutely. So, but we are going to need fuel distribution. We need a small distribution area to get fuel. Right? And then we need a fueling area for the bulldozers. Instead of having 3 entrances here, this is a border. There's going to be a lot of traffic. So let's just have that. I'm going to make a temporary road depot. Not temporary. We'll make the actual road depot right here. Send the dozers over there. And I'll put distribution and fuel all on this side road. So we're going to need distro, which is under cargo. Right? You guys, sound the alarm if you see me accidentally make a building that needs workers, okay? I'm serious. Yell at me. I need chat to watch over, just in case. Because I'm thinking about 1,000 different things, and also Starship at the same time. What other streamer is going to say that? Feel free to give me crap if I screw this up, okay? It's too important. It has to be right. And this isn't me being obsessive either. It has to be right or you will catastrophically implode without warning. Okay. We bought 4 KT-50s. We need distribution here, so we're going to need a fuel truck for that. I don't want to buy the Renault. It's a Renault. So we want cisterns. I use T138s, but the Skoda 706 is cheaper. The VS3 is the cheapest, but 3.6. No. I mean, that thing can move 11 tons. It's the cheapest, but the slowest. That VS3, it looks like a... I think the VS3 is a Vaz. The Vaz that's a Chevy. It's a GMC. It's an old GMC 2.5-ton truck, if I'm looking at that right. There's some of them over here. Let's take a look. Yep. Pretty close. Chevy supplied the Soviet Union with, like, I don't know, 50,000 of these. It's some absurd number. Let's take a look. I know it's in here. Move flowers to the border. What vehicle would you want from this game? I'll take the GM bus, the new look GM bus. Those things are cool. They got an 8V72 Detroit diesel in it, mechanical fuel injection. I think that's cool. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, the VS3 is definitely a license-built one of these things. The Soviet Red Army's logistics transport capabilities improved dramatically in the spring and summer of '43 as a large result of a steady supply of American-made trucks such as Studebaker US-6s and Chevy G506s. See what I mean? It's just a Studebaker. Or a Chevy, it could be either one. They're very similar. See what I mean? Surprised you didn't say the crane? Oh, I don't know. That Chevy Vega that's in game is pretty cool. I'd do with one of those. Be a great daily driver. Here. V3S truck. Praga V3S. For the development till prototype stage of the truck, designers were given only 4 months. They were inspired mainly by the Studebaker US6. See? Dude, I love how the game does that. These are actually real vehicles, which is super cool. Let's take those vehicles. I'm going to move them. We're over here. I'm gonna move them to this depot up there. We'll move the cars back over here. Just put the cars over there. Alright, where are we? We're right here. I'm surprised you don't use DuckDuckGo. I mean, with this computer, I don't have anything... I have everything kind of blocked out, dude. So this is like a work computer, so there's nothing... There's no, like, personal information or anything. If anything, it's just tracking what I Google on stream, which is whatever. Alright. I mean, like I said, this is a work computer. I'm not logged into anything on this computer that I wouldn't be comfortable showing you guys. But yeah, Dean, on other computers, on like private computers where I have like personal stuff, like my laptop that I have in the house. Oh yeah, all day. Okay. Well, we're gonna need some distribution. Let's go oil tanker. Is a Studebaker not a natural habitat of a bear? What? Alright. Just like I did in Spaghetzov, and this is what I didn't do this time. I'm gonna color code it. I paint all my trucks a certain color. So fuel, we want red and white. I mean, you can tell from the tank on the back, but whatever. Waka waka! Alright, I get it. Load. Load fuel. Unload fuel. Keep the supply at 50%. A Muppet reference. I'll admit, W, I was not expecting a Muppet reference from you, but I am pleasantly surprised by that. Thank you. Alright, there's an electrical connection from NATO over there. Do we have an electrical connection from Warsaw Pact anywhere? I don't think so. Where's the closest one? It's right there. Okay. That's actually not too far. We can run some high voltage wires that way. I know the classics. Once again, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Yep, and the dozers immediately picked up on it. Sounds like a green for tomorrow's launch. Everything looks good, Spoon. Yep. DuckDuckGo is another search engine, Nader. It's a search engine that won't violate your privacy as much. Okay, that's too far. Actually, now would be a good time just to check the range on these things. Let's set the range at 2 clicks, and we'll see what happens. Need a free bulldozer. Alright, what about here? Okay. That's maximum range. Okay, so the road depots with the bulldozers have an 1,800 meter range, give or take. That's good to know. That'll help me setting up construction outposts later, so we don't run into that exact problem. Okay, good. Good. Alright, so what do we need? The farmland I want to be out here. We're gonna have to level that hill to put down a 10 farm complex. Oh, and we're already going with the grids, man. Easy peasy. Let's just pause the game again. How many fields can we put down here? If we get rid of some of this and do some terrain flattening here, we could get 8 of them there. And then probably a couple more out back here. We're going to need a bulldozer depot in the area, though. Okay, so we're going to have to plan the road. Once again, I want high throughput here to the farm. We need trains to export crops and trains to potentially export everything else. That was the one of the big mistakes that I made on the last map. I'm gonna make sure we do this freaking right this time. I'm sick of losing at this game. Like, I don't really enjoy losing because of a stupid mistake like not getting your heating plant right. We're getting an Outback Steakhouse? Or are we only going after cattle? It might be a good idea, all systems, to design livestock in there so I don't have to import meat. Importing and exporting meat is usually not that big of a deal, though. It doesn't cost anything. The only thing that it does cost is a spot at the border, you know. So I noticed that in the old save of mine, the meat trucks were getting clogged up. So take that for what it's worth. You're destroying the fertility of the soil every time you destroy a field. Okay. Well, that's good to know. The only way to win is not to play. Okay. Where does that road lead to? Is there another way to get to that road? Yes, there is. Okay, so that's a roundabout road. We don't need that. I'm getting rid of it. Just stop that road right there. I don't want to delete this road. This might be the road that my trucks are taking from Big Dog Island. Let's get those vehicles over here so we can use the stupid things. I'll put them in the road depot that already exists. Oh, that's alright. Cut the other connection so stuff doesn't go on a big trip. Alex, we gotta wait for the other stuff to come back now. Once those trucks get over here, then we will. I actually don't think they're gonna come from that direction. They might, though. They do have somewhat of a long drive. going past the snail to another roundabout, another highway. And then they're going to get on this road right here. And then they'd probably go this way. Okay, we don't need that road. We can get rid of it. They can just take that route instead. So let's sever that road over here. Snail lives matter. Okay. Dude, we need to like... I've noticed that we got to do like an EIR and stuff. Not necessarily like a natural environmental impact from everything that we place, but what I want to do is just kind of run through all the different parameters. Like, okay, placing the farm here. Where can we export crops? Like, we got to go down like a checklist. Oh God, not checklists again. Why do I always end up playing games where I need to check stuff like that? Oh gosh. It happens every time. Like, we need to do... It's like... Dude, it's like playing mission mode. It really is. I just realized that. This game is mission mode, city builder style. Checklist. Face the wall. Face the wall, please. Oh, no. What are you going to implement differently? I'm really going to focus on the effects of every building. That's really, really important. Like, we have to consider scaling. We have to get, like I said, we have to consider scalability. You have to consider travel distances, workers, pollution, stuff like that. Like, you got to be careful. I thought after Spaghettsoft that I wouldn't need to do that I had a pretty good understanding. And, well, look what happened. I definitely don't. It's pretty clear that we don't. So, yeah, gonna have to go in and adjust some stuff. See if the mud dogs can make some adjustments. Well, I hope so, because they suck. You wouldn't be satisfied with anything less. That's right. Dig up all the grass. I'm kind of bummed, dude, because, like, we just finished that awesome highway, you know? All this terrain is... Basically, we're marking what we need to make here for the farm. Like, okay, we want our farm to be able to export crops, right? We want to be able to export crops via train, because that's something you get very early on. That only makes sense exporting crops like that in bulk. Pause the game. So we're going to need, what does that mean? We need a railroad construction depot. We need a distribution office for the railroad construction depot. We need people to work in the railroad construction depot. Right? Yeah, like I said, we're gonna go farm first. I also think we should probably consider doing logging. Boards don't really cost too much, but honestly, I think it's better to utilize the border for stuff that you absolutely 100% can't make yourself yet. So, there's plenty of trees around. Just saw the damn trees down. I never bothered to do it before, but We should, drummer. I'll add that we should do logging not in this area. Like, if we're gonna do this, I want to do this right. We don't need to do logging in this area here. We can do it somewhere else. How tough is setting up logging? I actually don't know. You should know that every farm should have at least one single tree. Alright. You have barely scratched the surface of this game, by the way. Well, I'm scratching the surface pretty well right now, can you tell? Just so you know, there's plenty of content left. Oh, I know, dude. I was teching towards building a car factory. I want to see if it can actually do that on any reasonable schedule here. Because making your own cars would be really cool. Alright, so. Bottleneck is workers and the finite amount of trees. The trees don't grow back. Oh no. The trees don't grow back, huh? Trees become infinite with replanting research. Oh, fudge. Okay. Yeah, there's a tech for it. You can replant trees. Okay, well that's good. Okay, the other thing that I want is a demolition office. A small one. I want a small demo office, right? And we need to make sure that nobody works at this stupid thing. Put the workers over there. What are we gonna need for the demo office? We're gonna obviously need an excavator, right? We need an excavator to bulldoze, to destroy stuff. I don't know why you wouldn't go with the E111D. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't use that. I don't know what the 302B excavator is for. Like, by the way, you'll get a crap ton of boards from just a small forest. Okay. Have you seen the face next to the moon video? What do you mean, Briggsy? Alright, let's do that. And I'm going to splurge a little bit. Oh, we can't buy the trucks yet. Okay. It's fake, but it's scary as hell. You'll find it. I think the S1202, I think that's a Skoda. I think that's one of the cars from My Summer Car, believe it or not, and it's 881 rubles. So let's get that. I'm pretty sure that's the car that you can get from the pig in My Summer Car. In fact, yes, that absolutely is it. That's the freaking combi. That freaking thing, I hate it. In Summer Car. Should hopefully do us right here. Alright, now what's the mass on this? 11.7. I want something to be able to move this. We need something to be able to move that excavator around. Because I don't want the excavator driving all the way down here on its own to go and destroy something. It'll take forever, and it jams up the road. So, we don't have the Mack trucks unlocked yet. I don't think we have any trucks unlocked yet. Is there anything useful here? We need a open haul. The Skoda 706 can hold it. it can hold the excavator. So let's buy one of those. And because this is for demolition, we'll change the color. The red one was for fueling. Let's see, what paint jobs do we have? Green. I'll use yellow. Yellow is always demo and construction for me. Okay, now we're gonna need a waste truck. Let's go to 706. Perfect. All right. And that's all set correctly? Yes, it is. Now, what we could do is up here, we could flatten out some terrain, and we could put a dump up here. Now, I have a question. If I put a dump here with waste and whatnot, guys, will that affect that town? Will the pollution screw with them? What part was used on Discovery from Challenger? Not Discovery, Iger. No, not Discovery. Atlantis. So Challenger, on STS-51L, when Challenger was going through pre-processing, the body flap. See this piece right here on the back of the shuttle? The body flap. It's... hate that. It's this piece at the very back of Challenger. See this? The body flap is there. Well, it's there to shim out differential center of mass in the payload bay during entry, descent, and landing, and it's also there to protect the shuttle engines from re-entry heating. It deflects it deflects the plasma off the back to make sure that the shuttle engines, very delicate, don't get hurt during re-entry. But also the body flap is used to be able to keep the nose down with the shuttle, especially if you had a heavy payload, you were coming down with a heavy payload. Simultaneously, the body flap can also be used in conjunction with the speed brake to slow the shuttle down. Not that you'd need to. The shuttle does a very good job slowing itself down. But, see this piece right here? Right before STS-51L, Challenger's last flight, they had problems with the body flap, and they swapped Challenger's body flap with Atlantis. Atlantis was good to go, but Challenger was going to fly the next mission. So they put Atlantis' body flap on Challenger on the STS-51L mission. Fun fact, Atlantis flew the rest of its career. Atlantis flew the rest of its career with Challenger's body flap attached to the back. Yeah, I was telling people about this a little bit earlier. A part of the shuttle Challenger flew through the entire duration of the shuttle program. Well, almost the entire duration. The first flight of Challenger was STS-10, or what would have been STS-10. I think that was STS-41A, right? And so this part from Challenger flew from STS-41A all the way to STS-135. 41A was in 1983, and STS-135 was in 2011. So part of Challenger flew 97% through the shuttle program's duration. Yep, even after Challenger popped, which, respect, man. Is it still on Atlantis? To this day. In the museum. Yep. Challenger's body flap is still on Atlantis in its exhibit to this day. Yep. Yep. The reason what caused this conversation, just in case anybody's wondering, is somebody asked me a fun fact about the space shuttle. I don't know if you guys tell. I don't know if you guys could tell if you're coming in from Workers and Resources. I'm a fan of rockets, and I teach people about rockets here. I usually play Kerbal Space Program. I haven't played in a little while because Workers has taken over my life because it's a really good game. If you know, you know. But I do like spaceflight stuff. So if you have questions about shuttles, Starship launching tomorrow, we're basically gonna stream all the way to it for the most part. I'm gonna be popping in back and forth between here and NASA Spaceflight, who I do commentary for from time to time. They should make that known. They never talk about it. I don't know why. Maybe they don't know. That's a super obscure bit of information about the space shuttle. Not a lot of people know that, Goalie. But yeah, a piece of Challenger flew till the very end. Right there, there's a piece of Challenger flying on Atlantis. That's the 135 landing. Yep, even in this picture. Pretty much every flight from Atlantis. Atlantis flew with Challenger's body flap more than Challenger did. Challenger flew with its body flap 9 times. Atlantis flew with it 30. Hang on. I can give you the exact amount of missions. Atlantis flew with Challenger's body flap 30 times. Yep. Between 2 flaps. Actually, guys, not to be morbid, but there definitely was a body flap that washed up on shore, or a body flap that a scuba diver found or something off the Florida coast from the space shuttle. That's definitely Atlantis's. They didn't. After Challenger happened, they didn't get all the pieces of it back because it splashed out in the ocean and the currents took it wherever. Unfortunately, they got back the important parts like the crew and stuff, which was sad. I mean, Challenger didn't need to happen for what it's worth, but yeah, they did find it. The body flap's out there. It's somewhere in the ocean. A scuba diver located it actually within the last couple of years. But yeah, I will say this, and I feel compelled to say it just because I love the space shuttle. I think the space shuttle's design is not flawed. I think it's a fantastic design. I think the people running it were flawed. It's a programmatic management issue, not the actual design. Shuttle engineering is pretty damn sound. You just got to be careful with those tiles, but that's the price you pay for a reusable launch vehicle. Anyway, so we got a demo office set up. The reason why is because I want to demo this right here. But anyway, going back to waste right here. Guys, if I put a dump right here, let's see, will it have pollution? I don't think it will too much. Did they not fish that part up? Starship is Shuttle 2.0. Yep. Open dumps do pollute. Thanks, Robert. Briggsy, what's that? Oh, TikTok. Oh boy. I don't TikTok, dude. I don't know what I'm doing here. There's a pop-up on the screen that's asking me to log in. I don't know what it's doing. I can't see that, dude. The docking port that got installed on the shuttle, was it designed to work with Mir, or was it actually Soviet hardware that got adapted and installed on a US vehicle? Another good question. Aqualex, that's the Androgynous Peripheral Attachment System, APAS. It's not like something that was supposed to go on Soyuz, and then they just plopped it on the shuttle. So the whole docking mechanism, dude, is a little bit complicated. Like if you're looking at if you're talking about the exact docking port that flew on the shuttle, it's a new fabrication of an existing design. So think about how we saw Starship's docking port being tested for HLS the other day. It's NASA derived. So it's NASA docking system, so it's NDS or IDSS derived, but it's not actually something that flew on like Orion or something, for instance, because Orion doesn't fly very much. Sorry. You just watched it, you're not missing much. Okay. I don't know, it was something silly. Yeah, Briggsy, I don't have TikTok. I don't do TikTok. I'm not... I like frying my brain with social media, but not that much, dude. I can only do it in bursts before I'm just like... I can feel myself getting stupid. Get with the times, old man. Bro, I got Twitter or something. Nope, that's not helping. Alright, So, Robert, it will pollute, right, if I dump mixed waste here, so it probably would be better to take the monetary
Discovery,
hit.
go and throttle up.
Nah, I got Gamecast. I think Americans mostly like the shuttle because it's a space pickup. I mean, that probably has something to do with it, Sig, but... I mean, I do like my pickup trucks. It's more like a semi-truck or a lorry or whatever you guys call it over there. I like the space shuttle because you can point at the shuttle and you can... I think it's very important to the public to be able to look at something and see tangible results, right? You can... The average person, doesn't matter if you're a 5-year-old, doesn't matter if you're a 65-year-old, the average person can look at the space shuttle and say, that is a spaceship. That's what a
Discovery,
spaceship
go
is.
and throttle up.
If you show somebody a picture of a capsule, they're going to get confused. You show the space shuttle, okay, that's a spaceship. It's something that I think is lost as we, retired the shuttle. You can't really, I mean, people look at Dragon and, because people like SpaceX a lot, they understand that they're looking at a capsule, but it doesn't have the same impact as that. Anyone can point and look at that thing and say, that's a spaceship. Dude, the shuttle, and this is part of the reason why I like it so much. I mean, the biggest reason is because I grew up with it. It was what got me into spaceflight. But, like, I can't help but think, like, if you've watched shuttle missions and you grew up with it like I did, you looked at that and said, like, look, we've taken one step closer towards Star Wars with this thing. Because that's a spaceship. It's a spaceship. That flies into space and it comes back down, like a ship would in Star Wars, like the Millennium Falcon. It was a step towards doing that kind of stuff. That's just a vibe you just don't get with capsules. Capsules is the 60s. That's old news in my opinion. However, and I think that's something that has been lost over the last 10 years. However, a challenger appears. I think in the future, people will look at Starship, point their finger at that and say, that's a spaceship. That flies into space. This is why I have so much hope riding on this thing. I want Starship to vindicate the shuttle. Because full reusability, I don't think is a pipe dream. I hate it that people look at the shuttle and say, no, that proved that reusability doesn't work. That's bullcrap. That reusability will work. Full reuse with tiles will be a thing. And that's going to prove it tomorrow. Hopefully. God willing, right? I think that we need to be doing stuff like this. That's very important for our future, I think Starship is carrying the torch of this thing on its shoulders, and I really hope it vindicates the shuttle. Because I will say this once, I'll say it again. I think that's a fantastic design. You don't know how simple this is for such a complicated task. It is really, really impressive. Even by today's standards. 50 years on, the shuttle drawings and the shuttle blueprints were finalized in 1972, and fabrication of spacecraft started in 72. And the first chassis rolled off the assembly line in 74. So they had the design finalized in 1972. That thing, and even now, the shuttle, I would still argue, is a modern vehicle, even by today's standards. And its design is 50 years old. I still think it's a great design. I still think the shuttle should have been used like Falcon 9 is right now. I think a management problem is what doomed the program. Not many ways to mistake the shuttle for anything else. It's an airplane with rockets on the back. Yep. It's a bit hard to see that a capsule goes to space. Exactly. At least shuttle computers are technically still flying. The bone. Yeah, so I hope Starship vindicates my shuttle. I will say it once, I'll say it again. That design is fantastic. You would be hard-pressed to come up with a better partially reusable design than this thing. The only thing that even comes close is Falcon 9 with Dragon and Cargo Falcon 9, Cargo Falcon Heavy with Falcon 9 Dragon 2. That's the only thing that even comes close to this level of partial reuse. But you gotta remember, in order to do just what one shuttle does launching into space, you would need to launch 2 Dragon capsules and an uncrewed Falcon 9. So, Cargo Falcon 9, 2 Falcon 9 with Dragon capsules, just to do what that thing did in one launch. It's a monster of a vehicle. We shouldn't have stopped flying it. We should have iterated on this. But, what are you going to do? Hey, Super, 93 months. Thank you. I remember being told while touring KSC in 76 that we were seeing parts of the shuttle. Is that right? Yep. The shuttle came on the... Like I said, the shuttle was funded in 1972. Critical design review was done in 73. Testing applications like Enterprise and Columbia started construction in 73 into 74. Enterprise rolled off the assembly line in, I think it was late 1974. Yeah. But keep in mind, Enterprise is like the star hopper of the shuttle program. It was nowhere near a full shuttle. It was a shuttle chassis with flight controls on it, and that's about it. Why not have the same design with modern technology? Neb, we wanted to do the Constellation program. NASA wanted to get back into going beyond low Earth orbit, and then the Constellation program got canceled, and the shuttle program got canceled, and we basically lost that technology to history for a little while. Seriously, all the institutional knowledge that was lost when the shuttle program got canceled was awful. That was catastrophically bad for NASA's equity, I suppose. And we lost... I would contend to say that if, there was a brain drain at NASA after Constellation got axed and the shuttle got axed, some of that found its way to SpaceX and other private companies, right? Like Axiom. A lot of astronauts went to Axiom. A lot of astronauts went to SpaceX. But the vast majority of shuttle contractors at the end of the shuttle program just retired and went and got a job in the defense industry. All that knowledge about reusable spaceflight was basically flushed down the toilet. Yeah. Dude, the day after STS-135, the last shuttle mission, landed in July, I think it was July 11th or something, the day after, KSC laid off 5,000 people. 5,000 technicians on how to put a shuttle stack together, how to build it. All the little small things like making sure a bolt was torqued correctly. All that tech, all that institutional knowledge went out the door. And now we wonder why building a shuttle-derived launch vehicle like SLS is so expensive. Because all that institutional knowledge went out the door, and we had to start from square one with hardware that we already knew. Now, I don't know if anybody out there is in the software industry, right? But if you're a software engineer and you got hired at a company, how hard is it to come in and start retrofitting software on top of pre-existing software that was there before you were there? That's difficult. That's a difficult task, trying to make old puzzle pieces and new puzzle pieces fit together correctly. Now do that with the most complicated launch vehicle ever designed. Yeah, no wonder that's one of the reasons why SLS is taking so long. Or SLS did take so long. It's actually not the bottleneck anymore, but whatever. Easier to start from scratch. Bingo. It would have been better to just make a shuttle version 2.0. Instead of just canceling the program entirely. A shuttle 2.0 that was optimized around processing flow. And the only way you do that is from flying. But, whatever. This is what a Ford pickup looked like when the shuttle came out. Yep. When the shuttle was designed, that's what a pickup truck looked like. And I will say that is a pickup truck. That is a unit of a pickup truck. Beautiful. F100. Short box, single cab. This thing with an inline 6 with a manual transmission behind it. Survive the apocalypse, baby. It's a great truck. And it looks good in that light blue, by the way. But yeah, anyway, we'll talk more about space stuff tonight. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the shuttle. I think the shuttle's an amazing design. Doesn't get better than that. What do you think is superior, propulsive landing or glide landing? Depends on what you're doing, Waymill. So the whole reason why SpaceX has gone with propulsive landing is, one, building off Falcon 9. Two, Starship is not just a shuttle. It's not just a low Earth orbit access vehicle. It's designed to have variants that are going to be able to be refueled, land on the moon, be refueled, land on Mars, come back down, land, right? And if you're designing a vehicle that's basically the lander and the capsule all built into one design, propulsive landing makes way more sense, right? The shuttle, what they wanted to do with the shuttle is basically get it up and running and get it launching all the time. Launching one shuttle every week, 4 shuttle launches a month, right? So that's 48 launches a year. That's where they wanted to scale to the shuttle program. And they were going to do it. Then Challenger happened and they decided not to. They decided to step back and start operating the shuttle like similar to Saturn V, or similar to a conventional rocket rather than a plane that flies into space, right? So what they wanted to do with the shuttle, if the shuttle's launching once a week, it'd be easy to make lunar architecture with it. You just have the shuttle bring up a fully fueled stage, dock it, use its robotic arms to dock it to a transfer vehicle, and boom. And then have another shuttle launch, put a lander on one of these stages, transfer it out. Stage goes out there with the lander on top. Another stage goes out there with people. They rendezvous in orbit, right? Around the moon. Lander goes down to the surface, comes back up. You could leave the lander there, reattach it to the stage or whatever. Bring the transfer vehicle and the lander back. Recircularize around low Earth orbit. Have the shuttle come up. Pick up the crew capsule, bring it back down. Another shuttle goes up, picks up the lander, puts the lander in, brings the lander back down. Another shuttle pops up, maybe brings up another lander, grabs the stage, put the stage back in, bring the stage back down. It's a more complicated mission than doing a Saturn V style mission, but you get all your hardware back. The only thing you lose is, well, that was 8 external tanks from what I just said. 4 missions up, 4 missions down, 8 ETs. Keeps your production lines going. Just like Falcon 9's second stage production is actually ramped up. Makes sense? It really depends, Waymill, on what you're doing. Do you want to propulsively land? Propulsive landing makes more sense if you don't want to assemble in low Earth orbit, right? If you're assembling a vehicle, what's called Earth Orbit Rendezvous, EOR, the shuttle makes way more sense. If you're doing an LOR style thing, like Starship rendezvousing with Orion in lunar orbit, what SpaceX is doing makes a lot more sense for the lander. Night, Sun Temple. I'll see you tomorrow. So I think that the shuttle is good if you're doing Earth Orbit Rendezvous and vehicle construction in low Earth orbit. That's what they were trying to do. But Starship makes more sense if your shuttle and your lander are one vehicle. It's always trade-offs, man, every time. All right, so let's get back to it. Good questions, dudes. Yeah, Starship is basically moon shuttle. It's for all mankind minus the stupid parts. All right, so let's configure our demolition. I don't want auto search with the demo facility here. Deliver mechanisms with only trucks. I want to get rid of this gravel road because it's redundant to the roundabout right there. What I'm thinking is build a highway, one of my nice highways, that goes down here, right? Straight across, finds its way over here, so it'll go downward slope right here. Probably bridges over that, or we could level this area out, which is gravel, but we could level the area over the train track so we don't need to build a bridge. And then instead of going across a bridge and over here, we'll have the highway curve and go down here into this valley. Now, farmland. We want the farmland out here. I am going to need another bulldozer down here, another set of bulldozers, or just move those bulldozers when we're done. Fuel in another fueling point down here. What we'll do with the road is we could initially do, have the road loop around this way, and then maybe use the bridge and have another highway go to that border over there, right? I have a question. Why mail models? Are you serious? I just told you that a moment ago. Dude, For All Mankind's a great story. I went, you know, since the last rant, I went and actually, like, read the plot. It's a cool story, but I think it got way too sci-fi way too fast. I understand why people like it, though. I used to hate it. I couldn't stand it. It's, yeah. But whatever. Imagine a shuttle-style landing on Mars. An unimproved field landing at supersonic speed sounds like quite the challenge. That sounds like death to me, Aqualex. But yeah. That is death. That sounds like death to me. The shuttle barely flies and is barely able to land on Earth. I don't think that would end too well on Mars. Starship is much more suited for Martian exploration and lunar exploration. Once again, it's your capsule and lander built into one vehicle. Yeah. It's like the shuttle is the jack of all trades for low Earth orbit. Starship should be the jack of all trades for BLEO, beyond low Earth orbit. So it's like a shuttle that's built for going higher than low Earth orbit. The shuttle was just built for LEO. That's it. Can't go very far. It can't go. The Hubble Space Telescope is about as far as it could go. Hubble is 370 miles that way. That's it. Can't go any further than that. Even the Hubble missions were super dangerous with fuel. Yeah, Sig, I'm kind of with you on that one. Anyway, so let's get this part of the gravel road demolished here. Right? And then I'll build the right-of-way for a double-lane road going this way. And, yeah, I'll keep this side road, but we're going to flatten this area out right here, which kind of is going to get expensive, but it's going to be good to do it now. The shuttle would land fine. Remember, only 1/3 the gravity. That's not how that works at all, Iger. It's 1/3 the gravity, but Mars has no atmosphere, buddy. That's the big problem. You want to look at cold gravel before you start building things? We could check it out, Katra, but yeah, I mean, I know that we're going to need to build this. I still think teching for crops early is a good idea, because crops is something that I always had a ton of last time. Even with the optimized factory setup, I still had a ton of those things. I mean, if we could export 5,000 tons of crops every year, that would be super useful. Like, what's 5,000 tons of crops? Crops is trading at 16.24 right now. 16.24 times 5,000. 81 G's a year. In 5 years, we could basically get over 2 mil, right? And that's just with the surplus. Not to mention food exports on top of that. It's really not a bad way to do things. Alright, so once again, with this save, I'm going to take my time. I'm taking my time. I'm just moving on. You'll forget about me after I've been gone. I take what I find. I don't want no more. It's just outside of your front door. Brad Delp. Michael Scott. 1976. Yeah. if you got that reference, damn, you're good. Once again, I think it's better to plan. We're gonna plan out everything. Like, I was trying to plan as I go. No. I'm not leaving any stone unturned. Or gravel, I guess. So, Katra, we will check out... what, like, where the oil and the gravel is around here. I mean, but, once again, it's not just figuring out where it is like it was last time. What I should have done in Nyakigrad is basically get the labor figured out with the refinery. I should have incorporated and roped that into the costs because I didn't know. Right? Like, we didn't know. We didn't know that the cars were going to be that distance. I thought the cars would be able to go that far, and they weren't, and that was what killed me. I had to supply the refinery with foreign labor, and that didn't work. Hey, Ibis. Gang stuff. Yeah, man. Still sweating your balls off, dude, or what? Will you be more factory focused? I think I don't just want to build the farm and then move on to another project. I think building the farm and getting the farm fully staffed is very, very, very important this time around. We really have to do that. Nyakigrad bit the dust because of the heat. I couldn't... Something went wrong with the heat plant, and the worst part of it was that I ignored it because I didn't think it was a problem. I assumed that it wasn't a problem, and guess what? Then I hemorrhaged off 2,000 population, and then it was a problem. So I fixed that problem by going into more debt, and then next winter, it happened again. So Nyakigrad failing is entirely on me. That's blatantly my fault. Yeah, I screwed up. Nyakigrad collapsed. It was not good. Yeah, I screwed up bad. Yeah, it was my fault. I screwed up. I'm not happy about it, but... Actually, you know what? Traffic really wasn't that bad. I thought the way people were describing it, the traffic with a car-centric city was going to be awful. It really was not bad. I really didn't have that big of a problem with it. I find that planing one layer off when you're moving around gravel seems to go way faster than just trying to straight flatten the terrain. Basically, doing what's called terrain stepping seems to work very well. It's the same map, DJ, but so this is A Soviet Republic is Born. That's the name of this map, but I'm playing on the other side of the map this time around. Simon, believe it or not, it was the heat plant. St. Pastaberg's heat plant apparently wasn't good enough, even though everything said it should have been, but it must have been a labor problem, or how I set up the pipes, or the heat exchangers, or something, because everybody froze, and everybody moved out. And I thought it was just like maybe not plowing the roads, so I put more plows down, and it wasn't. Something was wrong with the heater plant, and I couldn't diagnose it. Well, I didn't diagnose it in time enough for the next winter. So, unfortunately, we spiraled, and dude, I may have been able to fix it, but we would have been in like an $8 million debt spiral, and I chose to just restart. I may have been able to pull that one out, but I threw in the towel. Getting all the infrastructure set up for a new heat plant, that was... Yeah, it would have sucked. That would have been terrible. I wonder if it overheated the heat exchangers. I think my problem, Aqualex, was that I had large heat exchangers going into a small heater plant. And I think that, yeah, that was the issue. Remember, now that I'm thinking about it, that heater plant was only designed to heat municipal buildings because I was originally very focused on getting just the, municipal building set up and just teching research and then building another city somewhere else. I chose to build out St. Pasterburg, and that probably was a mistake. We gotta make sure we have like a mission statement this time around. I wonder if there's overhead on the heat exchangers. Oh, those small plants suck. Yeah, I won't make that mistake again. I won't make that mistake again. Starlink has moved to 925. Oh, good. More time to plan. T-minus 2 hours for Starlink. Yep. What is it? Starlink 644? Starlink Group 6-44. This is the launch you guys probably don't want to miss. This is Booster 162, or 1062, which is the life leader for Falcon 9s. This will... If this mission succeeds, 1062 will tie the record for the most uses of a Falcon 9 booster. The record that was set by Booster 1058 before it was lost at sea. Alright, well, the bulldozers need to refuel. When is today's launch? About 2 hours from now, Senchuk. I'm curious if you had the high unresolved crime in the heat plant area. I don't know, Willie. Maybe. Crime was definitely a problem in that city and something that I probably should take more serious. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure, dude. Something went awry there, but I'm not sure what it was. So this is me building out the infrastructure, guys. I want to kind of go back to what I was doing with the Spaghetzov save, which was my second city that we made, and it was alright. It was still me very much learning the game. I'm going to go back to just building the infrastructure first, but I can build faster now. So it would probably be a good idea, like what I was saying, to tech. We'll get the we'll get the technical university and go from there. But I'm not sure if we should tech right to the refinery, because that's a big move. So, I don't know. Hey, Kara. Kara, I failed yesterday. I failed bad. Well, not yesterday. I failed this morning. I was trying to fix Nyakigrad, and my heat exchanger didn't heat exchange anymore, and everybody moved out. So I threw in the towel. Nyakigrad, RIP, 1960 to 1974. The refinery is a big project, yeah, that's for sure. So I'm playing the same map, guys, but I'm somewhere else. I chose basically the exact opposite side of the map from where the Nyakigrad Republic was. should head off to bed. Enjoy Starlink. I hope it goes well. Of course, you'll be around for IFT3. All right. What time are you planning to go live for Starship tomorrow? Revs, I'll be here the entire time. I'll be here all night. Be sure to tip your waitress. I'll be here all night. Be sure to tip your waitress. Please, take my wife. No, you can't have her. She's mine. Yeah, that's why I chose to start. That's the other reason why I chose to start a new save. We're gonna be here for a while. Fingers crossed that the weather plays nice. You'll do a bit of sleeping, Revs. If you don't mind, I'll lurk for the big part. Okay, yeah, it's all good, man. How did the Argentinian Hearts playthrough go? Jeff, I finished it in 2 streams. That was quite literally the most successful Hearts of Iron playthrough I ever had. Everything that I set out to take, we took. I've never played Hearts that well before. We took everything. We took Chile, no casualties. Well, not no casualties. I think I took over 5 countries and incurred maybe 17,000 casualties. That idea that I had to tech to planes first was not the stupidest idea. Yeah, we got screwed in the peace hearings, though. I was, not happy about that. Hang on. Alright, so we're gonna have the road. I want this road. Okay.
Tranquility Base here.
The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. Bunch of guys turning blue down here. We're breathing again. For Bremo, not EJ. No, she's my wife. You can't have her. She's mine. Women aren't property. She's mine because I love her. No, she's mine. You can't pay for that. Does Hearts give a score of success? Yes and no. I mean, I survived. My score was not the best. But either way. Alright. So, we need to build a highway ramp that goes down into the valley. What they did over here was build a bridge and then it goes down. But we want to grade the roads and make it right. And I want to aim for right here. What's the terrain step? So 22-meter drop from there to there. Okay. Actually, let's get specific.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Now this is for you. That's a lot of money. Thanks, man. Appreciate all the support. Damn, now I feel bad. Jeez. Alright, so we're gonna delete those. Get rid of them. Jeez. Thanks, Hokey. I appreciate it. Alright, there we go. Move the excavator out there. I don't want to put a dump. We'll just straight export the waste for now. So, we want the highway to go down here. valley and the water goes that way, so we don't really need a bridge here per se. It is useful to have, though. Just hate that this road is a windy mess. Turn, slow down cars. I don't like that. There you go. And we already did conclude that the trucks are coming this way. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Jeez. Is there a road here? Does the road have a grass setting? So the snowplows are coming, and they're coming this way, because I cut the road the other direction. The other snowplow and the water trucks are coming this way too. Jeez. Alright. Now, you know, let's think about this a little bit more. Now, I did plane out the terrain, and we definitely want the highway to go through here, right? Is this a restart? Jack, the new highway wasn't close enough, dude. We ended up having a heater problem. I think my heater just wasn't good enough. It wasn't, I mean, I thought 42 gigajoules would be good enough for a 1,000-person city, but it blatantly isn't. Especially since half of the buildings are self-heated, or decentralized heating. I guess it wasn't enough, because I had a frost problem come through in winter 73, and I fixed it by going into more debt. And I thought it wasn't a big deal because it had happened previously, but it wasn't as bad. Or for whatever reason, something in 1973 that I changed, or if the winters got worse or something, I don't know if weather is random in this game. Something happened and that screwed me. It was not good. So I also had an earthquake come through and level a bunch of houses, which is not cool, but yeah, the random stuff in the game took me out, but I think I just overstretched. I made too many mistakes, like not getting Stugorsk up and running. Yeah, I made too many mistakes. So, okay, once again, our farm is going to be out here, guys. So, where do we want the factory and stuff? I'm thinking the factory and the trains would probably be good here. And then it might be a good idea to make a road that goes, like a bridge, that goes over the tracks and down to the farmland. So we don't have a level crossing, obviously. But then again, I hate how those tracks are built into a slope. I can't stand that. But clearly I have plans to redo train tracks that never get utilized because, yeah, because so it'd be good to have all my farm buildings here and then a road that goes over down to all the fields down here, right? That keeps the farm factories close to the city, right? They're out of distance for pollution, right? Because I forget what the threshold is for pollution, but if we put the factory site there, we're at least a click away. Oh, there's the snowplows. Lurk it up, Kira. 200 to 300. 100 meters per pollution cloud. Okay. So let's think about this in the future, right? We have connections to both. That's a NATO and a Warsaw Pact connection right there and right there. Both the tracks go up to either one of those things, up a seemingly impossible hill that's like a 30% grade, but you know what? Whatever. We didn't make the map. Now, where do we want our crops? The factories and stuff would need to be here, and we obviously need crops near there. We also want access to the highway just in case, but having trains with the farm is a very good idea as well. One way, the roundabout? Oh. Why do you buy snowplows in March? They were actually pre-existing on the map, Violent, just like Big Dog was. Remember? Big Dog? The helicopter? Because it's the same map. It's over here in Sokovo. Big Dog is here. I renamed it and everything. Big Dog. And now yield signs into the roundabout. Yeah, we should probably figure this out too. That's actually... nobody's coming from there. 1 is the right of way, 3 is the right of way, 2 is yield, 4, no one's coming from that direction. That's actually right. Yep, that's right again. You yield to roundabout traffic, right? Here we go. Having the one-way roads actually set up the logic for that pretty well. Just forget that sign's in the middle of the road. What other signs do we have here? End of restrictions, 40 km/h speed limit, 70 weight limit, no heavy goods, no agricultural, no buses, no cars, no pedestrians. That could come in handy for pathing people out of bus stops. Place road sign, no motor vehicles. So trucks only. What else do we have? No snowplow. That one is going to be useful. The last leg of the roundabout had the yield sign in the wrong spot. Thank you. Thanks, Lex. I don't know why it flipped that one for whatever reason. But there's my water trucks. Yeah, the snowplow one is definitely going to be useful for me. Okay. So, if we have our farmland out here, I'm thinking. Where would no plow be useful? At city limits, Crafty, for plows. So, like, set the range on a technical office. Now, these aren't in a technical office. That's just a road depot, so those won't actually plow any roads. But having them is... That's... we don't... Yeah, I never utilized them before. I don't think I they were there before. I don't think I ever utilized them at all. But, we need to hook them up to a technical office. Going on here? It won't let me mess with that terrain. That's strange. It must be recognizing it as a border or something. That's why. There's tracks. Yeah, the train tracks are right there. It's the tunnel. Okay. That's no problem. We can do this way. So I am going to put a technical office down here. Technical office would be for snowplows. Lasagninsk. The new... yeah, it's definitely nice. Good joke. Okay, so here, we set their range to 2 kilometers, right? But how much do we really want them plowing? So what I'm going to do, and we really can't forget that we do this, like... Have it plowed to there. Have the plow stop right there. Yeah, you place them like signals. I get it. You can't place them on segments, just like switches. Yeah, so no plowing from there forward, right? That's what that is? Did you go for coal or bauxite last time? I went straight to oil, which was really stupid. We should go from farming to probably coal so we can get power online and heating, right? So I want the plows to basically plow everything there. Now I'm wondering if that's going to show up. Oh. It didn't show up. see. Yeah, I have not changed the settings. The settings are still the same. Is it cheaper to import coal for heat than just buy the power? Let's take a look. Coal is 13 a ton. What's power? I don't know if power can be measured that way. I mean, you can't measure power as mass. That's... but you wouldn't get it from there. Power connection is for NATO. Over here, I have a NATO power connection. 48 cents per megawatt hour. I really don't think so, Sig. I think that actually importing power would be cheaper than importing coal. I mean, it's hard to compare megawatt hours, right, to like coal import. However, even if we imported coal into a power plant, we would export power on top of that. Not the worst idea, right? That's exporting power on top of everything is probably not the worst thing to do. Does it say at the coal plant? Yeah, sure. Coal power plant. 1,400 megawatt hours of power per workday at maximum. 24 tons of coal production. So 24 tons of coal is equivalent to 1,400 megawatt hours. There's your transfer right there. I mean, that's not the best, but it's good enough. Any other vehicles that need to pass to the border? No, it's just Big Dog. We gotta build a helicopter pad for Big Dog. I'll probably do it up here, just to have that helicopter here. That's a big enough area for Big Dog. Helicopters are expensive. They absolutely are, but we have one. There's one that's already placed down on this map, dude. And I don't see why we wouldn't utilize it if it's here. Yeah, Big Dog. It's a MIL 6, an MIL 6. So what I would want here is, I kind of want to demolish some of this. We don't have any more cars that are connecting to that road just yet. It would be good though to put in a temporary road if we could somehow fit that. Yeah, I don't think so. Better link. NASA engineers make progress towards understanding Voyager 1's issue. Cool. All right. So I'd want twin roads coming this way. At least 2 here. So I'd want to flatten the terrain, and then we could attach it to a branch road right there. It's probably a good idea. But that means I have to demolish this road. Which... Will you be streaming Starship? Dude, of course. Starlink got moved to 9:30. Lemprod? Actually, it's 9:25 liftoff. If I saw that right. Don't remove that road just yet. Are you sure? I mean, we could just use the pre-existing road for now, but ripping the Band-Aid off now would be more preferable. But then again, I'm going to need a construction office for that, which means we start importing resources, etc., etc. Yeah. Might be able to flatten the mountain more to get a better connection. Okay. We could have this go, we could have them go this way. Can you upgrade the road to more lanes? You just have to build another one. You can only get a 2-lane wide road in this game, from what I can tell. A 4-lane wide road, or like a 4-lane 2-way. So 2 lanes going this way and 2 lanes going this way would be useful. But yeah, I don't think the game lets you do that. That tells me that, you know, if we do go to make like super highways, if I ever get to that point, frontage road design would probably be your best bet with when you have lane constrictions like this. I always make 3 lanes. Always. Nope, that's no good. It won't let me move the terrain any closer. Okay, well if it's not going to let me move it closer, we'll move it further away. Alright, I'm going to pause for a little while. Looks like you can pause and move the terrain around, which is good. That's another habit that I need to get into, guys. We got to play this game like RimWorld. We can't be impatient. Being impatient causes you to expand too quickly. We have to budget out projects, we have to budget out time, work hours, etc., etc. I think budgeting your construction projects is key. And I did it once, and we proved that it works, but I don't, like, then I got impatient and we just started building whatever. The second lane is not necessary at the start and it costs money. We can build it out of dirt just for plan, as like a planned solution, Endo, but yeah, we don't need to pave both lanes, not until we have much higher throughput. But then again, the flip side of that argument is that I'd prefer to, I'd kind of prefer to get that right, like right away. You're not going to lose that much money on asphalt, you know what I mean? So I want this to go this way. Basically have that middle road pointed right there so we can, yeah, better bridge it later. To counter, how much steel did you use building those twin bridges last game? Well, I'm not going to use bridges unless we absolutely have to, Katra, but yeah. Yeah, no, that's a fair, it's fair. Alright, so, now what else do we need? We can utilize this poopy road for now, if we want. I don't think that that's going to be that big of an issue. My one thing is, though, if we make a highway that goes this way, do we just want the highway going down into the valley here? What other connections would we want, if at all? Just, yeah, probably something to think about. A connection down here to this other checkpoint might not be the worst idea, but why? What are we going to do? There's a couple of village buildings here. Couple of them. That's about it, though. I think that actually might not be the worst idea to build. We could build power plants and stuff over here. Let's prospect for resources in the area just to see. Obviously, well, the wood one is pretty straightforward. What about gravel? I mean, we can pretty much get gravel from anywhere. Like, it's all over the map. In pretty damn high concentrations. Just, if we're gonna do that, we need a lot of gravel output. I build a lot of roads, right? Build a lot of roads, we're gonna be building a lot of structures later. So having the highway go this way and then building part of it going that way might not be the worst idea, dudes. Now let's check. Yeah, we can check for coal. This is the way to prospect if you're playing on realistic and you don't have geomapping unlocked. There's a decent deposit over there. $57 looks like the biggest one. What's the distance to target? Or not target, to our city? 1,600. And it's... yeah. Now the real question is, could we get a railroad track over here? X to doubt. No, not a chance. That's the closest railroad track, the one that goes into the NATO connection. Tintoon, yeah, it is. Let's see if there's another spot. Just out of curiosity. That's oil. Any other coal mines in the area or areas, coal veins, anything? Nothing. Here's one. $52. Is that on a level that's closer to the tracks? Can we get an indicator with the measuring tool what we are above sea level? 26. 16. Tracks are at 16, so it's 10 meters. Okay. Could you loop the train in front, the back side of it? In from the back side, like over here? Yeah, maybe. Building a coal mine into this is gonna suck. But this might not be the worst place for logging as well, despite all the trees that I just burned down. I just needed to see the lay of the land there. And we don't have a paved road up there. Just run the conveyor downhill. Yeah. There's not much in the way of flat spots, though, Ando. And how are we going to get people up to the coal mine? I mean, a bus is probably going to be the best way. But also, we should figure cars as well. Coal mines take a lot of people. Cableways. Helicopter transport actually might not be the worst idea. Alright. Well... Alright, well. Yeah, running cable cars up there is probably not a bad idea, but where's base camp then? Cable cars up, conveyor belt down, which means that would place our coal mine somewhere in this area here, or I'd prefer redoing this road and then building a straight grade up here, and then flattening this area and stepping the terrain for like a coal base camp into the side of the hill. Cable cars can carry ore. I know, but people need to work in the mine too. What's the premise for this one? Don't screw up, geek. Just really take your time and plan stuff, dude. I can't believe I boned the heat plant like I dropped the ball, and that's so hard, man. It's because I just started doing a bajillion things at once. You gotta be slow and methodical here. From what I can understand. Cableways are not affected by snow. Alright. Well... the other thing is that we have to get Lasagninsk. We have to get this obviously figured out again. We got to do the same thing that we did before. We need drinking water, discharge, etc., etc. This is all downhill, so that might be good for a discharge here. And this is pretty much below everywhere in the city. And we already have roads going to it. And it's all downhill. We're pitched all the way down. So that's good. Also, we might be able to pick up water right here. I'm still bumming that I lost Ludicrious, guys. I screwed that up so bad. May I recommend water wells for water? Much less chemicals needed, less cost. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. In which case, if that's the case, let's go uphill with it, right? No tunnel right here, right? Alright. Do you want to share why Stugorsk failed if it doesn't hurt too much? I screwed up the heating plant, Kovacevic. Yeah, my first city, Pastaberg, while I was trying to get Stugorsk up and running, I guess I hit the threshold for the heat plants and they couldn't deal with it. They couldn't deal with heating up all those buildings, so everybody froze to death. Oops. Yeah. I survived it one winter, and I didn't realize what was going on until the next winter came around because I wasn't really paying attention.
Discovery,
I was trying to fix the refinery and everything, trying to get us profitable, that I missed it, and we ended up paying the price for that. Hey, Happy! Dude! Where have you been? Oh, man, it's good to see you. Did you ever get that new computer or anything, man? It's good to see you, buddy. How are you? Long time no see, man. 46-month resub. Appreciate it, dude. Bro, it's been forever. I was wondering where you went, man. Okay. So let's design out, we need well water, right? Like, let's do that. Well, we're... Currently holding my new gaming laptop. Sprained my back this week. Big rip, so I'll be around. Dude, that's awesome, man. It's good to see you. How's everything else, dude? Everything good? I haven't talked to you in forever. What's changed? You look great, except for being bald. Nothing, dude. Been playing. I haven't played Kerbal in a little while, but still regular on the space updates. I do work for NASA Spaceflight now, and I'm really, really involved with this game. This is Workers and Resources. Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. It is a communist city builder. Now, let me just say this. Communism is a fantasy. It's ridiculous to even think that this is achievable in real life. However, video games are all about fantasies, right? And immersing yourself in a fantasy. So it works really well as a video game. It's really, really challenging to play this game, especially if you have all the difficulty settings turned all the way up. This game with the difficulty settings all the way up is the best city builder I've ever played by far. Yep, better than Cities. Cities does have some good improvements in areas. Like there are Cities is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind it. It's a good game. This game blows it out of the water with granularity. It's really, really fun. It's scary how many random facts EJ remembers about his chat. I remember my clientele, man. I won't apologize for it. Alright. We need that. And then we're going to need a treatment facility. Looks more in-depth and detailed. I know you like the little things of these games. Absolutely, man. That is my jam. You know what I mean? That's how I roll. This game it's challenging. I had a Republic that I had been working on for the last 2 weeks. I failed catastrophically. Yeah, like a couple hours ago. And I threw in the towel. I couldn't fix it. I made too many problems. This game, it's a tough game to play. But that's why I like it. Okay, we're gonna need a water pump, right? What is the well's small water well? Actually, the big water well. What's that thing? Hang on. Future-proof the design. Is there eventually going to be a big city here? Yes. I'll probably end up expanding the city into this entire area. If we do that, we're going to need a big well. Let's not make that mistake that I made with the stupid heat plant last time. So the big water well, how much does that produce? Consumption at maximum production, 215 cubic meters of water. Small well doesn't require big people, the big well does. Oh. Oh, okay. All right, we can tandem together a bunch of small wells if we have to. Good call. How's the truck? Did you fix her up? Truck runs and drives. Also, I have a garage, Happy. I don't know. I'm married. I married Primo. I don't know if you remember her. We bought a house, and the house has a 1,000 square foot garage attached on the back of the property. That's where my office is. Yeah. There's the truck from 2021 from Route 154. There's my light shutting off. This is a live picture, by the way. And the 59 is over there. It runs and drives. I drove away from my wedding with it. Yep. Yeah, here. Give me 1 sec. Don't say it's pre-recorded. Oh, you already did. So, Happy, I could swap back and forth between doing auto streams and just being here without shutting the computer off. The white truck needs some work. I'm messing with the exhaust right now on this thing to get it not awful. But, yeah, this one, the Route 154 truck is coming along. I take it you're watching Starship tomorrow, dude. Of course I'm watching Starship tomorrow. Yeah, there's a new chair in the bed of the truck, too. This one actually kicked the bucket. Marcus is on its way out after, like, 8 years of use or something absurd. How's Brimo? She's good. She's a software engineer for a tech company. We're good, man. Yep. And we got Starship. What time do you start the stream tomorrow? 8 hours and 20 minutes ago. I might take a break, Tater. But yeah, I'm here for the duration, dude. That's why I wasn't too upset about starting a new Gnocchi grad. So, man, have we already been going 8 hours? Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be here. I'm not gonna be playing this all night. I'm doing some commentary for NASA Spaceflight over on their main Starship stream. I'll be in and out. But, yeah. Anyway. Alright, so we're getting water figured out here. Small wells, right? What's the small well capacity? 70 cubic meters of water daily. There's no way we're not gonna... Yeah, there's no way we're gonna exceed that. And it doesn't need people, which is super useful. Okay, so now we need a pump. Small water pumping station. Small wells, and if you place it higher on a hill than the filtration plant, you won't need a pump. Yeah, Sneaky, I'd prefer to have it all contained in one area, so I'm gonna opt for the pump this time. I honestly don't think we need a small or a big pump, unlike what I did before. What will be the focus? I'm trying to get farms. So what I want to do, if you notice the game is paused, what I want to get figured out here is, I just want, I'm just planning. This is going to be water for the city right now. This is water for the city that I'm working on here. This is the city where we'll make our base of operations. But I'm not just going to plan that out and kind of go from there. I already started work on figuring out a right-of-way for a highway. And then I already cleared out all the trees around here for farmland. I'm not going to make the same mistake that I made before. This is next to train tracks. The train tracks is connected to NATO and Warsaw Pact, so if I'm an idiot and accidentally buy a locomotive because I'm a moron, it'll be okay. Always go for a big pump. Small can only do... Okay. Always opt for the big one. Done. I can do that. So right now, I'm working on planning out all the infrastructure. Okay? We're just planning everything. I'm not even building a construction depot yet. The reason why is because what I want to do is build out everything that I need, tally up all the resources, like what I was doing at the beginning of the Gnocchi Grad Republic, right? Like what I was doing at the beginning. Only I'm going to go even further. I'm going to build the construction depots out for optimization right from the start, all right? And then after every large construction project, we're going to need to retool. We need to retool everything. Stop what you're doing, pause the game like this, after every phase, and then reassess the entire situation. We'll go down a list. What are we doing about repairs? What are we doing about water? What are we doing about electricity? We got to implement a strategy here. That's how you have to play this game. Not doing that and not stopping and figuring out what's going on is how that's a really easy way to spiral into debt. Okay. So this is just for the water for the area, right? And note how I made sure to put my water area upstream, or up the hill from everything. There is some primitive fluid dynamics going on in this game. So basically, if I was picking up water from down here where I wanted to make it a second ago, first of all, let's fix that terrain. Let me just get in there with the smoother tool and fix that. It's like we weren't even there. If I wanted the water up there, right, I would need to put pumps all the way to something that's at least at ground level with a water tower. You need to put a water tower down, right? Because the water, you need Archimedes' principle. To create water pressure, you need the water higher than where the faucet is. That's how water pressure gets made, right? You need water towers. So the water tower is probably going to find its way up here. As long as I keep the water tower above everything else on high ground, we're good. We'll be fine. I might put the water tower across the street, though. I don't know. We'll find out. I don't like the idea of having a whole facility like this with a road going through it, so I might end up clearing this out a little more and putting a water tower over there, but we'll figure that one out. Thinking about the truck, did you ever have any trouble with that backwards pitman arm in the 59? No. That we sent that nut with the impact wrench, Geek. It's fine. Yeah, and then I think I torqued it down after that. Yeah, it's good, man. I've had no issues. The only thing is that it's leaking transmission fluid, and the transmission pan has 2 broken bolts. Ernok and I tried RTVing the heck out of it with a new gasket and a new pan, but I think it's still leaking. So I don't know. I might take the transmission out and do something with that, but it seems to be working just fine. Like after we changed it, it seems to be okay. And maybe once it heats up the RTV, it'll seal it, but who knows? Yeah, the pitman, dude, I'm telling you, that pitman arm was in backwards. It absolutely was. It's very strange, but whatever. Anyway, so big water pump here, right? Big water pipe flows 127.23. Let's go into underground view. Run that right into the center. Yeah, see how that thing's gonna have to siphon out of the well. See how the well is low? And then we need another big water pump to fill up the water tower. Once again, nothing is set to active. T-minus standing by on prop load for Falcon 9. Oh. You could do medium pipe too. The well can't supply enough for the big pipe. Okay. What would be a solution? Well, the big pipe would be for the bigger pump, obviously, right? So we can use medium. All right, that's fine. That pump isn't completely aligned. And this is what I mean about taking your time. You really need to get this stuff straight because this will turn into spaghetti really quick. And then you won't be able to keep track of it anymore. A big pipe for out of the pump. Did you know that T mirrors the building? Yes. New Republic, what's this then? Yeah, this is Chernoblyat. Nyakigrad folded. Wait, Robert, is there an accumulator in this pump though? Like, if we're going medium pipe from here to here, you're creating a constriction, right? Why would we? Oh, hold on. Sorry. Are we watching the Starlink in 50 minutes? Yes. In case you add more small wells. Oh, provisions for the future. Yep, okay, I get it. That makes sense. And so that means we'd want a big pump coming out of here as well. Or a big pipe. Going into a big pump. Large pump has 3 in, 3 out. No need to go from large pump to filtration. I would put a switch though between pump and filtration. A switch? Why would we do that? Wait. Since filtration only has 2 inputs, pump has 3 outputs. Wait. Oh man, I'm confused. Sorry. Patrick, I'm confused. Yes, I am. Most industry doesn't need filtered water. You'd be wasting chemicals if you used filtered water for concrete. Are you guys saying have a... have potable and non-potable water? Ooh. Okay. Potent potables. Holy crap, footsteps Slacko to the Colts. Give me 1 second, guys. My brother-in-law is asking me what's next to the moon tonight. Jupiter. Jupiter's next to the moon. Going digging in the Red Forest, are we? Yes. Yeah, my brother-in-law was wondering what was next to the moon. I was only wondering because somebody asked me, and who was it? Are you still Bussin? You were here. Bussin asked me, what is that? check this. What's up? I don't see it. 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 Mouse over the concrete plan in the bottom menu. It says required water quality 55. Okay. So you guys are saying switch this sucker out, huh? Would you like to see the airsoft kit I have built during your absence? Duh. Yeah, Skip. Gnocchi grad failed because I screwed up the heating plant because I'm stupid. I mean, it's not that simple, but yeah. Alright, Happy, what do you got? What the frick is that thing? Is that Stitch? That's Stitch. Got a little red dot, PQ. It's airsoft, guys. Yeah, yeah. Do not pet on the other side. Nice. What gearbox are you running? What is it? This looks like some GMP stuff going on here, or Magpul or something. Like I don't. It looks like an AR that's chambered in like 7.62 by 39 or something. What is this supposed to look like? APX9? What is that? Or AXP9? Yeah, like a 9mm AR or something. It's an HP AMTW9 Evo Mag PCC. Oh, interesting. Cool, man.
Discovery.
That's a nice airsoft gun. Real nice. Zonka's like, that's cute. Okay, so you guys think I should build in a switch for non-potable. Alright, I can do that. Happy, that's awesome though, man. Cool. Dude, yeah. I used to airsoft way back in the day. I gave it up though. I mean, once you start getting real steel, it kind of ruins it. But it's still cool. Don't get me wrong. I did actually buy a little while back, dude. I bought a JG74, AK-74 because shrink offs. Because I have it sitting around somewhere. I have to go find it. Once again, I bought it because shrink off. Because why not? Hey, Falcon. How's the day been struggling with you? Oh, yeah, bad. I had a Republic catastrophically fail. But, you know, other than that, we've been alright. want to rethink that. If we're going to switch this for non-potable, we're going to have to rethink how this all kind of comes together. It's not real. It's an airsoft gun. But yes, you can get a class 3 in Massachusetts. Sure, why not? You have to jump through a lot of hoops, but yeah. It's not as bad as people think it is. You just have to go talk to the police and stuff. When I say I want to take my time with this, I mean it. I'm just redesigning this a little bit here. Oh, lame. Yeah, see S-Master with his just casual flex right there. Like, oh, lame, I only shoot real guns now. Yeah, you don't own any. Don't lie. Don't lie to these people, S. We should be able to do it like this. And make the corners exactly the same. Perfect. Airsoft and work is how you keep fit nowadays. Good, man. That's good. I mean, dude, yeah, you look kind of freaking built in those pictures, man. Do not pet. So, that's pretty cool. Okay. So. I did, Geek, yeah. Alright. So, we want non-potable. So, if we're going to do that, that's cool, that's neat. If we're going to do that, how should we set this up? We should have the inputs going this way. Right? And then we'll have water towers and stuff over here. The only thing about that is that we might want to move this whole thing. It might be better to leave this for potential expansion, guys. And build out like a system over here. So leave that there. Fueling has begun on Falcon 9. Cool. Cool beans, man. Once again, this is how I want to play, just so we know, we could be absolutely sure. That this is going to work correctly. Tracks so much. Using control with the bulldozer. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna switch over for a second here to Starlink coverage. Starlink 644, which is the 19th flight of booster 1062. That's in about 35 minutes. We'll switch over when the SpaceX casts go live. Don't worry, that's not gonna be a long interruption. Rocket launches are really quick. They're over in less than 10 minutes. What happened in the past few hours? Jumping. What happened in the last few hours? My republic imploded. My heat plant decided to call it quits, and everyone moved out of the city, so I threw the towel in. 19th flight, Starshot, for 1062. Ties the record for most Falcon 9 boosters used. Back is the Achilles heel. Happy this world was not designed for us. 286 pounds. How tall are you? How tall are you? 6'4", right? Like, if I'm remembering right? Wait, people are allowed to leave? Very unrealistic. They escape or they die. Yes. Yeah, it's either one. Yeah. Or become dissidents. Yeah, either one. Yeah, you're 6'7". Yeah, this world isn't built for us. Seriously. My back is destroyed too, because I don't fit. I don't fit anywhere. You don't fit in a car, you don't fit, like, you have to hunch over. Like, this desk is not built for me. I have to be careful because I'll find myself doing this, right? Or slouching down to get equal height. Yeah, you got about this much on me, dude. I'm about 193. 194, somewhere in there. Centimeters. Hey, Doom had a 13-monther in there, too. What's the plan, then? I'm designing everything out, Hedges, so I don't get screwed by the heating plant in the mid-game. Get a gosh dang standing desk already. That'll take a long time to take all this apart, Sanku. And I don't think the standing desk will jive with my monitor setup. And it won't jive with the green. It definitely won't jive with the green screen either. I don't think I want to change that much, dude. I have another chair waiting. But yeah, we'll go from there. I also permanently wear a hat. Got to keep the blood in somehow in those loose doorways, in those small doorways. Yeah, I got you. Green screen, the slanted ceiling. This is actually in front of the slanted ceiling, dude. Slanted ceiling happens after the green screen. I pushed it as far back as I could. Anyway, guys, let's get back to this. I want to get back to work. So, do we really want to make the investment for all the extra pipes that we're going to need? Yeah, New Republic. I screwed up. Yeah. That small heating plant got me. Did me in. Which sucks, but what are you gonna do? I think putting my water infrastructure on this side of the road would be better. I can set it up a little bit easier on this side. And we'll step the terrain so it looks cool. That's not, didn't step it exactly how I wanted. Come on. There. Stepped terrain. Eh. Well, doesn't look too bad, I guess. Could you use that elevation change to avoid needing the pumps? I mean, yeah, but then it would be... Yeah, I mean, yes, I could. Here, let's dump that for a second. Dump that. You can always make the pipes go across and put the plant over here. Like the treatment plant. So maybe I'll leave this side for non-potable and this side for potable water so I know the difference. Do you do merch anymore? Exclamation point merch, yeah. Yeah, I have... Yeah, dude, I still sell the Eat, Sleep, Launch, Repeat, dude. I haven't changed the merch for a long time. I gotta do it. I gotta do it, man. At least it should be exclamation point merch. Huh. Drummer may have changed it, dude. Krakenbot posts in chat here. Here. Yeah, exclamation point shirt. Thanks, Aqualux. But yeah, there's the red bubble with all the stuff, dude. They're cool shirts, man. Yeah, I like those shirts a lot, but we should probably. And I just screwed that up by picking the wrong tool. We're gonna need more room anyway. Alright. Like, once again, I don't like it that the pipes have to, like, go from one side to the other. That's kind of annoying. I would like to do everything on one side, have it all on one side, and then we could save this for other things. Like electrical. Electrical would probably be good to put over there eventually, so... Here, let's check this out. So, we're gonna need wells. First of all, let's... Let's do that. There we go. Alright, cool. So over this side, we'll put the provisions for wells. Small water well, just like what we had. We'll do that like that. And then wells on both sides. Or at least the provisions for a well on either side. One. And then there's room for one on the other side. Cool. Alright, so now you guys said big water pump. We want a big one. And then we need a medium pipe output, right, like that, to the big water pump. And the water pump needs to output to a switch. That's what we want. Then we need big pipes to the switch, and we're going to need I want that. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just do that. Do you plan on sleeping before the launch tomorrow night? You plan on sleeping for the launch tomorrow, right? Maybe taking a small break, dogs, but for the most part, no. I'm good, dude. We're gonna see this thing through. Might have to go through this after all. So that is for expansion if we need it. Yeah, I'll be here for the duration, man. Okay, so we need water treatment. The water treatment facility has inputs on that side. Ugh. Let's see if mirroring it is going to do anything. Nope. T0 is now 939. Okay. Yeah, this does not jive very well with this. What's the smallest radius? This all needs to be big pipe, right, fellas? That actually doesn't need to be like that, but for... Yeah, hold on. Looks like a plasma sword from Halo. There. I don't see where we're going to need 3 and 3 outputs like that, but... As you're looking at it now, I'd use the top output from switch for non-potable. That one. Okay. It's not going to cost us much to move more terrain, so we could always get away with this. Let's commit that. Right? And then if we had another plasma sword over here, right? Yeah, we gotta move the terrain out a little bit more. So, yeah, I screwed up my terrain stepping, but whatever. I'm gonna screw up my terrain stepping, but that's okay. That's okay. This is why we planned this. I'm thinking stepping it out to here is probably the best idea. I think that stepping out the terrain all the way out to here is going to be the best idea. Alright, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure all the terrain is completely aligned. So nobody comes around asking questions, understand? Nice, the way the terrain stepped out gave us some room over here. Once again, I haven't even built anything. We've been paused this whole time. I'm just moving terrain. Since this is Chernoblyat, are we going to have our BMK? Maybe. Maybe. I'll think about it. Alright, so where's the center line of this? The center line's right there. So if we did add a small water well over here, it would need to be offset just slightly because the input is offset slightly. So it would need to be right there. And then we would need a big water pump. And see, that's not going to jive because of our outputs. It's not going to work. Yeah, Sunchill, I screwed up. I screwed up bad. I'm trying to play a little bit more slow. I made a mistake with Nyakigrad and I didn't notice, and before I knew what was going on, because I was so focused on getting the refinery working and getting out of debt and getting the other city up, my first city failed catastrophically. Didn't notice. It's totally my fault. Oops. I forget when the window ends. Any insight for the IFT? I'm not sure. The terrain tool is entirely dependent, Kovacevic, on Kova. I'm just going to say Kova. I don't know why I can't say your name. It messes with my head every time. The terrain tool speed is entirely dependent on how many bulldozers you have on hand. More bulldozers, it goes faster. So if I had 20 bulldozers, this would be a lot quicker. It adjusts the sensitivity of the tool. What Coder said. Yeah, another reason why I like this game a lot. We could always step the pipe in like that and then go this way with another pipe. Are we still launching tonight? It looks like it. Wait, why do the pipes go? They're not. There's that little bit of terrain right there. I mean, it doesn't really matter, that little bit right there, but we don't want to take any shortcuts here, do we? Oh, that one's doing it too. Yeah, we got another Falcon. We got a Falcon 9 launching soon, guys. Yeah. You know it's there, and I know I'll know, and it'll bug us. Yes, it will. New City is not called Gabagool Lag. Oh gosh, that's actually not a bad name for it, dude. That's actually really good. Here, this is how we'll do this. Put that right there. Put a road that goes across like this. Put a road that goes there, like that. Make that road connect in there, like that. I don't know why, but the music just made me start talking faster for a really crazy reason that I'm not entirely sure of why that happened, but must go faster, must go faster, must go faster. Let me just check something with these pipes. I just want to be absolutely sure. Like, I'm just making sure we're thinking about this before we do this. But the other, on the flip side of it is that you can't predict the future. At some point, you're going to have to send it. And I think we're rapidly approaching the, you know, send it time. I'll put that pipe there for future proofing. And then this pipe will be for non-potable. Actually, no, the outside pipe is going to have to be for non-potable. We just won't do anything with this pipe. Just leave it. This one is, that's potable water that's going to go into the treatment plant. And then the other one is non-potable that's going to go around the treatment plant. Oh. Derp. And then, actually, in case we want to scale up for another treatment, we're going to need, yeah, that needs to go there. And then the other one can go this way. If I put another one of these right here, we can split it. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Cool. Leave that one undone. Might want to switch what input that pipe uses for filtration. Yeah, Coder, I saw it. I saw the same thing. Commit that. That's what we want. Okay, cool. Now we need pumps out that go to... Hang on a second. Guys, I got a question. If I have non-potable going into one of the inputs on the pump and potable going into one of the inputs on the pump, will connection 1 go to connection 1, 2 to 2, and 3 to 3? Can I use one pump for potable and non-potable into two different water towers? Or does that make a difference? Like, could we get away with that? Does that work? "20-minute vent." Got it. I don't think, but it never tried. Yeah. The water tower is going to be here, Lokatana. I'm going to have two. One for potable and one for not potable. Prairie, I'm going to design everything. I'm going to design everything. We're working on water right now. We need to do electricity after that. I'm going to have to do sewage after that. We could dump. I have a sewage dump over here that I made already. I cleared all the land out here for a farm that can export crop for some early change. And then I've worked on the highways out here. We're going to do farms up in here first. I found coal, 51% deposit right there. And I think that's it. There's another coal deposit over there, but I don't care about that. And then there's a pretty healthy gravel deposit over here. I might end up putting gravel over here somewhere. It's SpaceX video feed is live. Okay, I'll put Starbase Live up there. Are you sure? Caps lock. SpaceX. I don't see a live feed just yet. Here's the forecast for Boca Chica for the National Weather Service. Thursday, mostly cloudy, and then mostly cloudy and breezy, high of 78. Very nice. Yeah, I don't think SpaceX is up yet. Coal and farming are your starting industries. Good. I find pre-planning the first city is a good thing. Looking forward to it. Right now I'm working on water. What Chat was telling me to do, Prairie, is have 2 outputs for your water after a switch. One of them going into the treatment plant and one of them going out. This is for non-potable and potable water. You could save a lot of money on chemicals that way. I mean, it complicates your water system a little bit, but the amount of money that it takes to complicate the water system, I don't think that's that big of a deal, considering the amount of chemicals that you'll use over time. It definitely outweighs the resources that it would take to build this. With a southeast wind of 13 to 18, gusts as high as 24. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Think you should do well, pump, to switch. Yeah. Was that a statement or are you asking, Longbow? Clavic. I mean, we might as well, right? Like, the only thing I'm kind of wondering is the big pumps, big peepo pumps. The water treatment plant itself is in the way. I'm ready to hear Starship launch with full surround sound. For sure, man. One potable pump, one non-potable. All right. Okay, I'll mount them on the insides of each one just in case we need to expand it for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but we could always get away with that if we needed another output. But I don't think we need that. Also, I can do another output for potable and non-potable, but if I was going to do that and we had a mirror of this right here, potable one would have to go this way and then in, and then it would be coming out here. Okay, hold on. I'm just future-proofing the heck out of this thing if I need to, because, yeah, just in case. Actually, just dump that. Nope. So we need the double potable water pipes right there. One, nope. One needs to go there. The other one needs to connect in like that. They gotta, oh man, they come out of the ground, huh? Alright, hold on. We gotta make a pipe down at 9 meters. Use some trickery here, and we'll work in the third dimension, baby. Alright, so commit that, and then get rid of a little bit. You kinda, the way you have to use these tools is a little backward, but it does work. So those pipes, potable is down at 9 meters. See what oh, that looks awful. The pipes look all bent. And yes, this is how much I mean I want to take my time. I don't care if it takes all night. Really don't. I'm sick of this not working. SpaceX start in a few minutes. Okay. Okay, commit that, and then get rid of that. We need to establish our ground line. There we go. Perfect. All right, that's what we want. Why did it... Nope. Maybe run them back from the potable... Maybe run them from the potable pump. I'm not sure what that means, but... Is your plan to create a city handling multiple separate resources, or some self-sustaining villages focus on a particular resource or two? Well, this village is... I'm going to do a variation of the same thing that I did last time. The variation is I want this city to work on farms. Farms and crops. And then, in the meantime, we'll have some experts in the city for doing research. I need to make a base of operations, just like I did before. Alright? And then from there... Right? We need to start a new spot for another city. And we'll make, you know, that whole car-centric thing that I was talking about. But I'm also at the same time going to design this city to be expandable if I need to, because there's going to be coal over there, and then maybe we'll do clothes from all the crops and stuff, but... Quick question, are we building the city on rock and roll? Of course. Well, that was a given. I thought that was a given. Is there a wind restriction for Starship launches? When you're doing a test regime like this, you're going to want ideal conditions. You want as fair conditions as possible. T-minus 10-minute warning. Okay. I just didn't know if there was anything official. I haven't seen anything official, dude, no. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Good. Send it. Save on top of that. That's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Now, these pipes are above the other ones. I'm not going to put them directly on top of each other because that would make this very weird. We want to get rid of F4. And we're going to have two outputs here. One like that. And now we can go back to F4. That's not straight. It's not straight. Screw that. Good. Wait, I locked it down at the depth because of F4. I'm telling you, man, I'm really making sure that this is all perfect. I don't want any surprises again. Good. Cool. Now I'll run this potable line back here. Once again, I know this is going to end up costing me a little bit more during this run, but... Wait, why are we at 2 meter? No. Why does it put kinks in the pipes so much, dude? I don't understand. Why does it do that? It must be how I'm marking the pipes versus like starting spot or whatever. SpaceX is online. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to switch us over to science and technology here for a moment, dudes. And